You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
The Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go!
The Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go! Thunder down the field and lay 'em low.
Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! The Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go!
The Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go! Thunder down the field and lay 'em low.
Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go bravely into battle, standing proud and tall. Swift as an arrow and strong as a mountain, a chief is the bravest of all. And the Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go!
The Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go!
Thunder down the field and lay 'em low. Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go bravely into battle, standing proud and tall. Swift as an arrow and strong as a mountain, a chief is the bravest one of all. And the Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go!
The Chiefs are on the warpath.
Go Chiefs, go!
Thunder down the field. Oh, lay 'em low.
Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go!
Go Chiefs, go.
That was Marilyn Mays with The Chiefs Are on the Warpath. That basically sums up Past Week. Welcome to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Yay! Hey, Paul, it's Chris. How are you, buddy?
I'm Paul.
Oh, did I go off script?
That's all right.
Shit,
This is the
sorry.
show where we review the most important things from the past week and get you ready for the next week. It's your one-stop shop to keep you updated, and it's the Real Week Review. Just listen to us, and you don't need any other information outlet. That's our guarantee. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can join the program by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. We welcome your participation. Coming up, we have your weekly news quiz, pop culture update, interviews, future headlines, and much, much more. Why did I play that song, Chris?
I'm guessing, I don't know for sure because we didn't talk about this before the show, but I'm guessing
That's
it's
part of the show, yeah.
because the Chiefs won the AFC Championship game and they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
oh
that
my
makes sense.
gosh.
A lot of excitement in town, huh?
Yeah, oh, we were so nervous last week. Remember
Yes,
that?
we were.
'Cause we didn't know what was going to happen. And yeah, this city is electric with anticipation for this.
I noticed a flaw in the idea for this podcast. The idea was that we would do it live on Sunday. People could listen, and then they could listen to it Monday morning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on. It's like past tense by Monday happens.
The news cycle moves so quickly these days. I mean, nothing stays relevant long. Look at you.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
thank you
I'm
very
kidding.
much. Thank you very much.
That was dumb.
Yeah, but Chris,
Yeah.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
what's going on with you.
It's been a crazy week for me, man. So, just a little update. My daughter Abby got honored at the Rotary Club here in Independence, for being Student of the Month.
That Rotary Club, and they like to tell you, they've been around since like 1836 or something like that, right?
Yes.
A long time.
Yeah, they do like to tell you. It's also interesting.
And they have some original members still there, I think.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
They love to sing at the Rotary Club too.
Oh God, yes.
But I went from, oh my gosh, this was on Tuesday. I'm so proud of my little girl. Look at her. And I mean it. I am. Then Wednesday,
Oh boy.
she has a basketball game. Mm-hmm. And after the basketball game, she finds out that her phone and her wallet were stolen from her locker. Now, the good news is she had put her lock on her locker, but they were in a real hurry, so she just didn't clip it up and lock it. So she left the lock on there. And it's not like she thought she locked it, but she hadn't. She knew they were in a hurry, so she just, why take the extra quarter of a second to lock the locker?
Okay, quiz.
Yeah.
What really happened, you think?
Oh, I think that's what really happened. I think they were in a hurry, and she said other girls leave their phones out. They got theirs stolen, too, this time. Every game, Abby says she locks her stuff up. This time she just didn't because they were hurrying them. And
I'm not saying anything bad about your daughter. I'm just saying, as a father of two that I've raised, something sounds a little fishy to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that she is like everyone else and leaves her phone out.
You might be right.
That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
But to minimize how stupid that is, she thought, well, maybe I'll just say that I did that.
Maybe so.
But that
yeah.
sounds stupider.
Yeah, it does. Now, the good news is tomorrow she gets to go to the police officer at school, and he's pulled the tapes, and they're going to look to see who went in and out of the locker room during the game when this happened.
They pulled the tapes.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there going, looks like Abby Whiting has her defenses down.
Yes.
It looks like someone came in. Oh! It looks like he totally took the phone.
That's
Score!
right, Bill.
What's your estimation on this, Leroy Brown?
Yeah. It looks to me like one of these kids from one of the other schools here in town. This could be Raytown, could be Liberty. I can't tell. Mm-hmm. But it is blue, and it's a Blue Jay. Looks like they walked into the locker room here in an attempt to see what was available for picking up. And Sticky Fingers wins the day.
It looks like we're going to have to go to the tape, though, to see if her locker was really locked or not.
Yeah. Oh, God. If they had tapes inside, they can't have tapes inside the locker room. I mean, you can't do that.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. But hopefully they can, and if the perp's listening right now, I hope you're nervous. Because, you're on notice. It's coming.
The fuzz is coming after you, pal.
Yep.
Yeah. And now, you also mentioned something I'm curious to know about.
Yeah.
You had yourself a facial.
Yeah, so Friday was really a day of Chris. I took the day off work.
When isn't it a day of Chris?
Yeah, good point. I had some appointments. So I went and got a facial. And this was interesting. My wife's a beautician, cosmetologist, stylist.
Yeah.
And at her salon, they have an esthetician. And she goes and sees Hannah. She's like, you should go get a facial. Chris, I think you'd really like it. It's time to start taking care of your skin. So I go there, and my wife is there. She had just finished her facial.
Okay.
And I was coming in after. Here is the freakiest part. So I'm talking to my wife, and I'm talking to Hannah, the esthetician, who's amazing, by the way. You should definitely go see her. And Jane goes, hey, Hannah, are you going to have Chris get naked? And I'm like, come on, Jane. I'm thinking, here's my typical inappropriate wife.
Yeah.
And then Hannah says, you know what, Chris, you can get at whatever level of undress you're comfortable with. I'm like,
For a facial?
For a facial? So here's the deal. She has a table that has blankets on it, and it's got a bed warmer. She keeps it at like 105 degrees. So you lay down underneath the blankets, and then she gets behind you on the end of the table where your face is and does all the work. But
it's just real comforting.
it's
to have
like
that.
a total body relaxing. The room's kind of darkened, nice new agey music.
Did she give
playing.
you a massage too?
Yeah, she massaged my lobes and
You're on
top
your
of my head.
face,
yeah,
but not a
right.
body massage.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Great experience. I will go back. She said about every 6 weeks. It's fine. So it's a little indulgence, but I'm worth it.
Well, it sounds interesting, but you lost me at under the blankets.
God.
Because if I'm free flowing. If I need to be.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gross.
They're going to earn their money.
Yeah. So that was a brand new experience. That was fun. And then
I gotta tell you, when you came here today, I thought, is that a young Paul Scheer?
yeah.
So I didn't
Yes.
really recognize you.
Oh, my skin's so radiant. Although I didn't wash it this morning. Don't tell Hannah. I will later when I take a shower. Then I left there and I drove to Lawrence, Kansas to meet with a healer, Dr. Matt Moore, and he did a psychic reading on me.
Oh, this is going to be good. I can't wait for this.
Yeah. So I was skeptical. Mm-hmm. I went in with like my 1 foot in one reality, 1 foot in the other. Left foot, okay.
Left foot, right foot.
I believe that, I want to believe that there's more to this life, to this existence than we can sense, and maybe some people are more in tune.
Let me back up for a second. What led you to make the appointment?
So I have been thinking about doing something like that for a long time.
Okay.
And I just happened to mention it to my wife. And she's like, well, Hannah, the lady that did my facial.
Wow.
Because Hannah's friend, Matt, does that. Several people from the salon have gone to him, go to his workshops.
Has Jane gone to your wife?
She has not. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make an appointment. What's the worst that can happen? I burn in hell forever.
Right.
Okay, whoop-de-frickin' do.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't happening
This is
already.
going to be down the list of the reasons you're...
Yes. So I go and see him, and I was expecting it to be freaky, It wasn't.
You mean like the Jodie Foster Freaky Friday classic?
No, I wasn't even thinking it. But
like
I'm thinking
the Lindsay Lohan Freaky Friday.
Nope,
Oh,
not
wait, was
not
she
anything
her?
like the Freaky Friday. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. She did.
Okay,
Or
anyway.
Parent Trap, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. It's more like the Parent Trap. Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm expecting a dimly lit room, his voice to change, like poltergeist stuff.
Okay.
It was really
Like the movie Ghost. I get it.
No, not even anywhere close. But
Give me a
you're doing
goddamn
good.
movie. Okay, I know. Ghostbusters. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly like Ghostbusters.
Okay.
I got slimed inside my pants. No. But he goes, I've been tuning into your energy already today. He goes, let
That's
me
nice.
let me just hold your hands for a sec. So like for 20 seconds.
not my hand.
We sat there, held hands.
That's not my belly button. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
And then he starts telling me stuff, and I won't bore you with all of it. But so I'm trying to keep
It's too late.
an open mind of either, okay, is this stuff he could say to everybody?
Okay.
Or is it specific to me?
Okay.
So the first thing he says is, Chris, you've probably been, or Chris, I've tuned into your energies.
Okay.
I think that you've been struggling your whole life with, what is my purpose? Am I living my purpose?
Okay.
Now, I would say, and I think you would agree that that's true about me.
Yeah, and you must owe me money.
But I would also say that could be true of probably anyone.
That's true,
right?
yeah.
So I'm like, okay. But then he goes, your role in this particular lifetime is to be a support. He goes, you're not even aware of the impact you've had on people who just like to hang around you. And you being around them makes them feel better about themselves, makes them feel more confident in what they're doing, and that's your role here in this lifetime.
Now, I think you know this. I had a discussion. I was having a lovely lunch one time with a friend of yours and friend of mine who used to work for.
Okay.
And I don't want to get into the details, but you did work for me at one point too.
That's true.
And don't
Yeah.
you ever forget it.
Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Lavoda.
Yes, and that's what we talked about. That you added a lot of good culture. You were good to be around, and we didn't see you do any work whatsoever.
Right. Right.
You were a positive part of the organization.
Yeah. So that was interesting
Yeah.
to me. And even earlier last week, I got a call from another friend of ours, a mutual friend, probably not the same one you're talking about. And he's going through some stuff in life. And about 45 minutes into the conversation, he goes, man, I needed to talk to you. He goes, I like myself better when I'm talking to you.
Oh, I know who you're talking
I
about.
bet
He
you
says
know
that
exactly.
to me too.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Yeah. Now, you don't take it as an insult, do you?
No.
Because I think you struggle with that and being a widgets guy, meaning, the only way I'm productive is if I've done this many things and I've done this many reports or this many things. That is not near what is valuable when it comes to certainly a person, but even in a professional environment, that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with value.
Right.
You know?
Right. And that's what he said. He goes,
God.
He goes, you're living your purpose just by supporting people, being supportive of them, listening.
Yeah.
He goes, what you do with your life doesn't matter. You've already lived your purpose. So take the pressure off and then just do what you want to do to have fun.
That's good.
So that was one thing.
One thing.
I won't, God, I'm really belaboring this.
No, I'm curious, and our listeners who are listening to you getting the support from
Yeah.
you right now are loving it.
Okay. So then he says to me, Chris, he says,
Why are you
he goes,
wise guy?
He goes, Chris, Spirit's telling me, because I'm actually seeing you in a forest. He goes, like, you need to be in the trees. Like, yeah, everybody needs to be in trees. I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
He goes, but not like around here, forest. He goes, are mountains important to you in your life?
Oh, did you refer to one of the episodes of I've Got Something to Say where you took a shit on the mountain? It's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, see, there you go. Maybe he listened to that episode of
Yeah.
I've Got Something to Say. I can't
that
imagine
shit,
that
and
he
that
did.
shit was the most productive thing you've done.
Yes. But he goes, it's important for you to get out there. He goes, not only, this goes, it's not so much about the mountains, it's about the air being clearer, being away from pollution, and I'm not just talking like environmental pollution, but psychic pollution, emotional pollution. He goes, you're an empath. You pick up on other people's feelings. You feel their feelings. And so you need to get away from people and get to
Yeah.
the mountains about twice a year. And I thought that was interesting given the fact that my family we went to the mountains every year when I was a kid.
Well, you know, Kermit is a psychic as well.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kermit and everything like that. When they say get away from people, I mean, you gotta get away from that goddamn family of yours.
So that's what he's saying, I guess.
Kermit's an ass.
People. Yeah, he really is. You gotta get away from your family.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to tell you.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe an old friend that you've known for a long time.
Hey, maybe so.
Who gets you into stupid things like, I don't know, a podcast on Facebook Live. Hi.
So, along those lines, one of the other things he said, he goes, now your throat chakra, he goes, blue is a strong color for you.
Hey, you needed the money.
Hey. I knew that was coming. He goes, your throat chakra is backed up. He goes, and he goes, you need to be writing and expressing yourself. He goes, and not like it's a good idea for you to do. He's like, you
It's
need
like a
to
must.
do it. You have to write and you have to express yourself. You have to be open, make your voice heard. And I'm like, okay, well, you could say that to everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
And at the same time, I have been writing more lately. We've started this podcast. There's a lot of self-expression things I'm
Yeah.
doing. I think I'm going to be reading an audiobook for the first time. So there's all of this expressing myself stuff happening.
You don't read an audiobook, do you? You listen
Well,
to it.
if
This guy-
if you're the
No,
narrator,
I'm talking to
you
the guy
read
over here
the
who thinks-
audiobook. Hey, do you want to be in a conversation
Okay.
here with me?
Now, my guru, Betsy Paik, who we interviewed on the Week Review,
Yeah.
she says, and please, everyone, listen to the Betsy Paik podcast. She's really inspirational. She says, when you're lost in the forest, what you're supposed to do is find water. Mm-hmm. And then follow that because you'll end up finding
Civilization.
You'll get out of being lost.
Okay.
And the same way is that you should search for joy. Find joy when you feel this fog, you're in the forest, and it will lead you to your purpose. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. Yeah.
So it's very similar to what this guy is telling you. Just do
Yes.
the things you like to do, and it'll get you out of
Yeah.
the forest,
Yeah.
up into the mountain.
Yeah. And
To take a shit.
He was just saying that writing is important for me. And I've had fun writing jokes, writing stuff for this crappy podcast. I've enjoyed it. So going to
That's
do more
awesome.
of that. Anyway, so it was, for me, it was worth the money and worth the day off work. It was fun times.
It's worth the day off. You could take a day off work.
Yeah. I mean, I had 2 appointments in the middle of the day. What am I going to do?
Yeah. So this guy's all really. I mean, this Dr. Veckman really is a beneficial thing, huh?
Yeah, I really liked. And he does all kinds of different. He does past life regression and chakra cleansing ceremonies and God knows what all.
So he's in Lawrence. What's his name?
Matt Moore, Dr. Matt Moore.
Okay, look at Dr. Matt Moore.
He's on Facebook.
Go on Facebook, and what you guys need to do to get the best out of him is type in your bank account numbers, your Social Security, along with your credit card numbers, and he'll tell you what you want to hear.
He told me you were going to say that on this podcast. What? Now, in all seriousness, if you have any interest or are curious about this stuff, I'd recommend him. He's a good dude and not weird, and I got a lot out of it. So
That's
there you
awesome.
go.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. What about your week? We've talked about mine for like an hour.
Celebrated the Chiefs' victory
Yay!
last,
Yay!
and I think I mentioned that I was trying to go to the gym regularly and eat some stuff that you're supposed to eat. And
Well said.
thank you. I was so nervous at the game. I ate pizza, chicken sandwiches,
Oh, my gosh.
cheesecake. I overate.
Yeah.
And then to calm my nerves, I had some vodka sodas.
Oh, good thinking.
And yeah, it all worked out well. And then they won. It's time to celebrate. So I went to the local pub, and you know what they did?
What?
They overserved me.
When you text me when you were at the pub, and I said, "Hey, come celebrate."
I did. I know I did.
I was so miserable because I did the same thing, but I'm like, I can't leave the house. I can't do it.
Well, my good friend and brother put me in a Uber. If you were to put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you the Uber driver guy at all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think the car was white,
Okay,
so I got that going.
that's
for me.
something. Yeah.
Do you know what time I came in?
No.
Because I don't either.
How was work on Monday?
Well, I didn't have to work Monday. That was part of the calculation.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to celebrate the life and times of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
So I took the day off. And I did wake up early to vomiting and to other
bodily functions.
bodily functions that poisoned me.
Oh God.
And
yeah.
it was that Patrick Mahomes run that made me believe in the Chiefs again. I've been saying for years, they've broke my heart too many times. I'm not getting into them, but that was it.
It's hard not to believe in that kid, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Holy smokes.
So I kind of ruined my day off.
Yeah.
Missed an appointment, and I was going to have. Anyway, I'm fine now.
Good.
I didn't go to the gym Monday because it's a day off.
Yeah, right. I think that's what Martin Luther King Jr. would want.
Yeah. Wednesday, it was way too icy to go.
Yeah,
At 6 in the morning. And then the snow on Friday morning.
Oh, boy.
So I got to kickstart it again.
So when you going back?
Monday, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
There's some accountability.
Yeah, so that's good.
We're going to check in next week and make sure you did.
Yeah, and then getting prepared for the big comedy show on Wednesday. Open mic again, just kind of practicing a little bit.
Have you written new stuff, or are you going to do the same
No,
stuff again?
I'm gonna try to actually memorize 5 minutes of stuff.
Okay. All right.
But
Very good.
I have lots of people who want to attend. Do you have the same?
So I've had lots of people messaging and saying, "Tell me when you're going on," and I've not told any of them yet. I guess this podcast will announce it, but yeah, we'll see how she
I'm
goes.
not really ready for anyone to come.
I'm not either. That's the thing. Now, Dr. Matt told me,
Yeah.
Chris, in your creative endeavors, this was interesting. He goes, in your creative endeavors, Spirit's telling me that you're not bold, that you don't want to let people know what you're doing. You just want to do it to be creative, not let them see it, and then go on. But it's time to put your voice out and tell people, this is what I'm doing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
That's very interesting. And I can relate with it myself.
And I don't know if that is relevant to everyone. That's a little more specific,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go, world. This is on the World Wide Web. Paul and I will be at the Comedy Club of Kansas City, 7 o'clock Wednesday night.
Yeah. Be ready to watch us. I like to say be ready to laugh, but
But you also want to be honest with people.
right.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. So let's get into reviewing the past week.
Okay.
What we do every week is that we do something I like to call this is it. The Slate News Quiz,
Oh, yeah, the quiz.
where we can review the news stories and see how well we know the answers. So far, we do a good job.
Yeah, I guess. Do we? I don't know.
I don't think we've missed one yet.
Oh, I get. Yeah, we're. Oh boy, man, the pressure keeps growing. Yeah, we've got them all right. Hey, and just so you know, at home, if this isn't rigged,
Right.
I mean, this is legit. You don't know the answers, right?
Yeah, go to slate.com, your darn self. Okay.
All right.
Wow. Question number 1. Which Democrat presidential candidate filed a $50 million defamation suit against Hillary Clinton for being called a Russian asset?
Tulsi Gabbard.
That is absolutely...
Come on, give me the donger.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
That
There
is
we go.
absolutely correct.
All right. Woo!
Yeah. So, on a podcast in October, the former Secretary of State referred to Hawaiian Congresswoman as a favorite of the Russians. There's no love lost between there. I've even seen former Senator Claire McCaskill criticize Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah. What is it?
I know that she went over to Syria and said positive things about the Syrian leadership. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Maybe they're worried about that. But here's the other thing, Tulsi. I got to tell you, your vote present on the impeachment thing just shows that you're trying to have it both ways, and it makes you look like a Russian asset. Okay, because you don't want to go against Trump. Just pick one and go with it.
Well, and this whole $50 million lawsuit is
Yeah.
a very Trumpian thing
Yes.
to do. Well, Trump, come Devin Nunes, come Tulsi Gabbard.
Exactly.
Like, anybody that says anything about me, I'm going to make a giant lawsuit to shut
Right.
them up. And
And I don't think it really, if you're trying to get votes, I don't think that's the way to do it.
no.
So, in the Democratic primary, against someone who I know all you people out there don't like Hillary Clinton, whatever, but Democrats who vote in the primaries do. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's also not very likable.
Yeah, I get
know.
that. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, now question number 2. Opening statement in the sexual trial. Sexual trial?
What?
No, sexual
Go
assault.
on.
Sexual assault trial of
Oh.
which Hollywood figure began on Wednesday?
Harvey Weinstein.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. AKA Jeff Garland.
Yeah, I don't know why they're going after this. He can hardly walk in.
Yeah, he's really putting on a show, isn't he?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
He's a good producer.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least 100 women have publicly accused the Hollywood producer of sexual misconduct. That's a lot.
That's a lot of women. I mean, it's going to be hard to say they're all liars.
And let's say that the majority of them are.
Are liars?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've sexually assaulted 40 women.
Yes. Even if it's a 60% majority that aren't being truthful, that's still
You got some real problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Which White House attorney is leading Donald Trump's defense in the Senate impeachment trial?
Oh, you know what? I may get this one wrong. I want to say it's Sekulow, but
It's not one of the choices. I'm sorry.
oh, there's multiple choice. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Flood, Cipollone, Bull, Eggleston.
Cipollone.
That is correct.
Damn it! Does that count though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Woo. Still 100%. Yeah.
I think. Listen, we all hate attorneys. Okay.
Sure.
Sure. I mean, we all do.
Right.
Especially your attorney.
God.
But have you seen this guy perform at all? Or
No, I haven't.
He's bad.
Really?
I think he's just as boring as heck.
Well, according to Twitter and Trump, he completely dismantled everything that the Democrats laid out.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
So he must be pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry, Trump.
Yeah.
You must be right because you usually tell the truth. Okay. Oh, number 4. Wow.
So is this a toughie?
The CDC has activated its emergency response system as which deadly virus from China was discovered in Washington State?
The coronavirus.
That is correct.
I like mine with a lime.
Yeah. Is this the thing that will kill us all?
I've been wondering, like 1,400 cases worldwide, but they're saying it's probably way underreported in China.
Do the people die?
40 people have died so far that have been reported. So it's pretty deadly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think we have on the newsmaker line the guy who got it in Washington.
Patient zero?
Patient zero.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sir, are you there? Okay, thanks.
Hey, Sam Kennison, everyone.
All right, you didn't like that one. Fuck off. All right, last question.
Yes.
Which world leader got into a shouting match with Israel security officers during a visit to Jerusalem? I've never heard this one.
Is it multiple choice again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trudeau, Johnson, Macron, Modi. I don't know who Modi is.
I don't know Modi. I'm going to say Modi since I don't know who Modi is.
Oh,
Oh, wow. First true miss.
Emmanuel Macron. Is that how you say his first name?
I'm sure.
He's the leader of France. Macron was visiting the Church of St. Anne in Jerusalem, considered to be French territory, and admonished the officers who tried to follow him into the church.
Wow. No, I did not hear that news story at all. Where have I been? I
Wow.
guess talking to psychics and
So I
going
guess
to basketball games.
that's the one we missed, folks. That's the first one that we had no idea on.
You know what? That feels kind of good, though. The pressure's off now. Now
Yeah.
I feel loose.
Yeah. Gross.
Oh.
Okay, so that is part of Past Week. We're going to come back with some information about pop culture
Oh, that'll
from
be fun.
last week. And I know everyone's really ready to do that. And they're like, why can't you just tell us about it now? It's because we got to take a break. It's why.
Yeah. Woo! We've been working hard.
Yeah, we need a break. You need a break. We all need a break. So let's take a break. We'll be back with more Past Week next week with Chris and Paul.
Drive a new Ford truck and you soon will see that you're way out ahead in economy. You're saving up money every mile you ride, and that's for sure, it's even certified.
So you ride in new style in a Ford truck for 60.
You ride a new comfort in a Ford truck for 60.
New comfort and style, and a great big smile, 'cause mile after mile, as sure as can be, your Ford truck's saving you do-re-mi. It's certified economy.
You Get the best of the new and certified economy, too, in the new Ford trucks for 1960. Economy certified by independent experts. Ask your Ford dealer to show you the certified economy book. See your Ford dealer soon. See and drive a 1960 Ford truck.
Drive a new Ford truck, and you soon will see it's certified economy.
We're all in the grip of an epidemic. Most of us already have it, and we're rapidly passing it on to others, giving them a higher risk of developing heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. It's overweight, and it's spreading. To find out if it's spread to you, just measure around your middle, and if the number is bigger than 32 inches for women or 37 inches for men, it probably has.
Oh, God.
Stop the spread at safefood.eu.
Oh, God.
Safe Food. Be safe, be healthy, be well.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Past Week, Next Week.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Picking them up where we left off, I think it's time for what? Pop culture news?
Oh, God. Did you not hear that PSA?
Yeah, it was a little bit about the spread.
I'm worried about the spread.
Sometimes I'm a big fan of the spread.
What?
Well, it just depends on the spread.
Okay, let's go to some.
God, yes.
This is fun. This is where the fun stuff happens.
Oh, thank God.
You want to kick it off, Chris?
Sure.
Okay.
Pop culture news. Grammy Awards tonight. The final slate of performers for the 62nd annual Grammy Awards were announced. Glary. I'm a moron. Gary Clark Jr. will be joined by The Roots to perform Clark's Grammy-nominated song, This Land.
Okay, do you know that song at all?
No.
I don't either.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
And Sheila E., I love her sugar walls, will take the stage with Usher for an exciting Grammy salute to Prince.
Exciting.
This year's Song of the Year Grammy nominees may seem mostly to be about love.
Okay, let's go through the songs of the year.
Okay.
Okay? And see if you've heard any of them. I'm not going to play them, but...
Oh, God. Okay. Songs nominated for the Song of the Year. Always Remember Us This Way, Lady Gaga.
From the movie, great song.
Is
it's
it?
Have you seen the Star Is Born? A
Yeah.
Star Is Born. It's
Yeah.
the last song that she sang.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember it well.
Okay, so not so much then.
Bad Guy, Billie Eilish.
Do you like that song?
I don't know
I
it.
love it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's it's a great song. I
Okay.
like that.
Bring Me Flowers Now. Tanya
Tucker.
What the?
I've
What is this,
certainly heard of Tanya.
1978?
I've certainly heard of Tanya Tucker when I was 3, but
Yes. Wow.
do you remember she was like she had a relationship with Glenn Campbell?
I remember that.
and
yeah.
it was a big deal because she was like 8.
Yeah. She was very young.
Yeah.
He was going all, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
With the young girlfriend. But I do remember that. I remember thinking she was cute.
Yeah, I saw her at a rodeo one time.
For real? Like in real life?
Yeah, my grandfather used to take us to the rodeo even, and there was Tanya Tucker singing in the middle of the rodeo.
Were you kind of turned on?
I don't think I knew what that meant. I was so young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I don't believe that, but all right.
okay.
Next one. Oh, speaking of Tanya Tucker, Hard Place, H-E-R. I don't know that song
I don't know.
at all.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
But it's her, right? Her or H-E-R? Do you know which?
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
there's periods after the letters, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But
her
you
has
know,
periods. I get it.
that band that was Fun exclamation point was just called Fun. They
Yeah.
weren't called Fun exclamation point. So
Yeah.
I don't know the rules
No,
of
they were
grammar
fun!
in pop music.
Yeah.
Also up, Lover by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good song.
There you go.
Is this for real? Norman fucking Rockwell?
Yes.
Lana Del Rey?
Uh-huh. Again, another news story that I put in the asterisk.
Yes, you filled it out, so I'm just reading what's here.
Mm-hmm.
Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi,
Never heard of it.
who is also Trump's lead attorney, according to our
excellent.
news.
Yeah.
And finally, Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
Okay, so I just noticed this, and why I want to talk about it. I'm going to assume her is females, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Lewis is the only man in there.
It looks like it, yeah.
think-
Wow.
I've just been noticing the people who have been leading pop music and culture as these women.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift, who I love. Billie Eilish, who I like. Lizzo, who I hate. Those
You hate Lizzo?
I don't like Lizzo.
Why? Because she's 100% that bitch and you can't handle it?
Probably.
Okay.
It's probably the reason. I mean, I won't admit it. And then Lana Del Rey too. I mean,
Yeah.
Is there something going on here? There's no men influencing.
Hey,
Post Malone.
good for the
maybe?
ladies.
Yeah.
Good for the ladies. That's what I say.
Now, the most recent thing is that the former president of the Grammys is saying it's all fixed, and Taylor
Yeah.
Swift isn't even going to show up tonight.
Because of that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I guess I don't know who does it. Record companies or producers? They pay off people to vote for them. I don't
know.
Isn't the Grammys kind of like the Oscars, where the people actually vote, the people involved in the industry?
I thought so, but I don't pay much attention to the Grammys. I don't know for sure, but I did see that woman was being interviewed all over the place.
Yeah.
She got pushed out. Said she was trying to bring legitimacy to the Grammys, and
Yeah.
She
You're not
was
going to watch it
squelched.
tonight then, huh?
I'm not.
Okay.
No.
All right, let's move on to happier. No, I'm sorry. Sadder news.
Oh, wow. Wah, wah.
Remembering Monty Python's Terry Jones. Comedian, author, filmmaker Terry Jones has died at the age of 77 after suffering from dementia. As part of Monty Python, he was known for his drag characters and for co-writing spam skits. Weren't they all known for that? Weren't they all known for dressing up as women?
Yes, every one of them.
Okay.
Maybe he was. I mean, I can picture him. He was a woman a lot, but all of them
Yes.
dressed up in drag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't you think they really enjoyed it, and so did the kids in the hall? It was really funny,
Yes.
and they enjoyed it.
Yes, I think they absolutely loved it. Sad, I didn't know he was suffering from dementia.
Yeah.
So you know what I say? I'm happy for him that he's released from his body and mind. Poor guy.
My favorite character that he did is better get me a bucket.
That was your favorite one?
Mm-hmm. When he blew up and vomited everywhere.
Yeah. But it's leather thin. Fuck off. Bring me a bucket.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite Monty Python movie.
Yes.
The Meaning of Life is my
Great.
fave. Okay, well, let's see if we can lift the spirits a little bit with
let's do that.
Brad and Jennifer.
Oh, that'd be good.
While the world may be talking about Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's enthusiastic SAG reunion,
What?
Pitt isn't listening. Wait. Or rather, he told Entertainment Tonight that he's blissfully naive about all the gossip that's ensued about him and his ex-wife since the award show. However, nothing said on Twitter is going to make a difference because Pitt said he's not reading the headlines.
Do you find anything more boring than Brad and Jennifer stuff?
Oh my god!
But the media goes absolutely apeshit over it. They
just
go
because
ape.
they're
They
so
go full
pretty.
ape.
They do go full ape. I don't get it. Yeah.
And the other thing I don't understand is how beautiful it was. They got together and they showed the thing from the SAG Awards. Didn't he cheat on her?
Yes.
Oh, he was so funny and everything, but it just goes to show you look like Brad Pitt. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. Boy, ain't it the truth.
Now, I'm interested in your thoughts on this one.
Yeah,
Jessica
okay.
and John. During the time John Mayer and Jessica Simpson dated, following her divorce from Nick Lachey, and only really became well known and exploded after the fact when Mayer referred to Simpson as sexual napalm.
I love the smell of sexual napalm in the morning.
While he's since apologized for the comment. What? I got to learn to be a better newsreader and not get thrown off in the middle of them.
Sorry, I interrupted.
We haven't heard Simpson's side of the story until People published some excerpts from her upcoming memoirs, Open Book, that touches on her and Mayer's unstable relationship in which he was obsessed with her sexually and emotionally. Now, how is sexual? Is that an insult?
I never really knew what it meant. I mean, napalm's not a good thing. It burns skin, so maybe sexually she burned his skin.
No, I assumed that he just loved it, and it was
on fire.
A lot on fire, and it shows here he was obsessed with her.
I thought it made him itch. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Totally different things.
Yeah. So, yeah, ladies, I think if someone calls you sexual napalm, I think it's a compliment.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll be interested to read the excerpts. I used to have such a crush on Jessica Simpson. Just
She's
thought she was
gorgeous.
funny and beautiful, and yeah.
What does it make you think that knowing that she's sexual napalm?
I want to know what it means.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, moving on. Harry and Meghan.
Oh.
With Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepping away from the family, it's been no tea party over at the Royal Palace lately.
Oh, boy.
As news reports continue to speculate, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's next move, Buckingham Palace also announced that the pair would no longer use their royal titles in a massive break from traditional royal duties. But they're certainly not the first royals to step... What?
The duties.
Oh, they're certainly not the first royals to step down and away from the British royal family. Perhaps one of the most notable trailblazers was Princess Diana, Harry's late mother.
Now, I can't really get mad at a guy who is walking away from a stupid tradition that killed his mother.
Yes.
You
To
know?
me, it makes sense. And I'm kind of cheering
Yeah.
for him a little bit. Like, you go. Then I hear the people say, well, he's just being manipulated by her.
Well, that was going to be my other thought was, did she not know what she was getting into? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, stop it.
Yeah, the scrutiny's got to be tough.
Yes.
I just care so little about the royals.
Yeah, they'd just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Now, here's something you do care about. I'm interested in your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Mean Girls remake. Mean Girls is getting a remake, but there's a twist.
What?
The new movie will be a musical. Have you seen? You saw the musical Mean Girls, right? Okay.
Yep.
On Broadway.
On Broadway.
While there are some minor changes to the Mean Girls story, specifically the inclusion of social media and the tragic removal of the Jingle Bells rock dance, the best part of the movie, the characters and general plot trend remained intact. The new film's synopsis, as revealed in press release, doesn't seem like it's reinventing the story either. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, I saw the musical on Broadway, and I thought it was hilarious. It was it maintained the same spirit of the movie, but they did update it. So social media is a big part of it, and I think it's great. I think we're obviously in this trend of remaking movies and redoing movies, and this one's ripe for a remake and a redo, and especially since they've already written the Broadway musical. It's proven to be popular with folks. It's hilarious. It's touching. I thought it was fan-frickin-tastic. So I'm thrilled. I'm sure it's going to follow the same new plot line that the Broadway musical does, and I'll go see the movie.
So, how many movies were movies, then Broadway, then movies
and then
again?
a movie again?
Like Hairspray is the one I think about.
Was it a movie first?
Yeah. You never saw that movie?
Yeah, I saw the movie. I thought it was on Broadway first. I don't know. Look at me.
No. Well, it was a movie a long time ago.
Yeah.
No musical.
Okay.
Then it was on Broadway. And then it became another movie with John Travolta.
With John Travolta instead of Divine.
You're right.
As the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen both. That may be the only one I know of.
Well, I'm going to throw this out. They always say that Broadway and stage actors always act like, I'm on Broadway. I'm a stage actor. We're above television or any other medium. Well, all they do nowadays, and I have a feeling they do that in the past, they take other things and just make it a Broadway show.
Yeah. Well, when we were
Aladdin.
in New York.
Oh, Aladdin is another movie.
Aladdin.
That was a movie, a Broadway show, and then a movie.
You're right. You're right. Lion King.
Yeah, they just take
So I guess
stuff.
it's happening. Beetlejuice is on Broadway right
Okay.
now.
Uh-huh.
Trying to think. There were others, I'm certain, that were movies that are on Broadway now. So I guess we're just recycling stories.
Just all we do is
again
recycle.
and again and again.
Yeah.
But Mean Girls was so well done. Really hilarious. And I'll just say this, I'm kind of hot on Tina Fey right now. For whatever reason, I didn't want to get out of bed yesterday morning, and so I watched Baby Mama for like the 9th time. I'm like, this is such a great movie.
Yeah.
Tina Fey's hilarious. She wrote the Mean Girls. It's hilarious. So I'm all in.
Okay, very unrelated, but I'm going to try to relate it a little bit.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie Booksmart?
I have not. No.
Okay. Have you seen the movie Superbad?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You've seen the movie Booksmart.
Oh, I have. Okay.
So, but it's about girls.
Like it.
And it's about they're awkward. They're leaving each other to go to college. They're going to miss each other. I mean, that's what's so great about Superbad. And I watched it last night for the first time, and I had this realization that here's the question for you. Are you ready for
okay,
a good
I'm
question?
ready.
Okay.
I'm listening.
It's a stupid movie. They act stupid. They act depraved. They're sex obsessed and drug obsessed.
Uh-huh.
Now, we've watched this movie with two young friends that were males for literally thousands of years. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Maybe not literally,
Hey,
but
your
a
math
long,
may
a
be
long
off,
time.
but yes.
But now we're seeing it through women.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a move forward for women? Or should they be doing something a little bit better? And then my daughter explained it to me.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I really want to hear your daughter's explanation. I don't know what my opinion is on that. I mean, women... I guess, women can do anything that men can do, and we're seeing that. The question is, do women want to do everything that men have done?
Well, as I was explained by my daughter, is that this is part of my sexism that I have.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. I have this belief that women are better than men.
Oh.
Okay? I'm not treating them the same.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is good because they can just do anything they want.
Yeah.
That's the key. If they want to act stupid and depraved, they get to do that. Instead of my sexist thing, you should be better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sounds nice and complimentary, but it's really limiting.
But when you put it in that context, it actually sounds really judgy.
Yes, it's judgy and limiting.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, well, it's a good thing you got that daughter explained to you.
Yes,
that makes sense.
I appreciate that.
But we are retreading. Did you see Good Boys?
No. Is that the similar type plot?
It's super bad, but with prepubescent
okay.
little boys.
Little boys, okay.
Yeah. And they're cute and they're loving, but, they're just... They make it sweet, but it's super bad. They're sex obsessed.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's the... what's the name of the guy that's the producer of the Superbad and Anchorman and...
Judd Apatow?
It's a Judd Apatow... I'm going to gross you out, but also I'm going to have a heart in there.
Yeah.
Formula, which is great. I mean, Trainwreck was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was a terrible person in Trainwreck.
Amy Schumer?
Yes.
Yeah. She was.
Yeah.
But I sort of enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, how many times was there a terrible guy in a movie that came around for love?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so folks, we're learning, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
We learn. You learn.
Getting a little more woke all the time.
Yeah, so thanks for trying to keep up with me. So it's now time for headlines.
Oh, is this where we read our news jokes?
Yes.
Sorry, folks.
It's headlines and predictions with your action correspondent, Chris. Chris, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Headlines and predictions for this Sunday. During Thursday's impeachment proceedings, House managers made their case before the Senate that President Trump's conduct amounted to an abuse of power. The managers argued that when it came to Ukraine, Trump didn't care about corruption. He just wanted to launch an investigation into his political rival, former Vice President Joe Biden. Republican senators, however, seemed unmoved by the argument. Afterward, a visibly happy Trump said, "When you've got weak-willed, complicit GOP senators in your pocket, you can do whatever you want. You can even grab them by the Lindsey Graham." Paul?
Thanks, Chris.
Stupid.
Oh, you haven't heard anything yet. Chinese authorities expanded a travel ban in central China to cover areas with 35 million people in 13 cities. The lockdown started when the outbreak of the pneumonia-like coronavirus began. The death toll from the virus rose to at least 26, with more than 800 people infected in China and 6 other countries, including the U.S., Experts say people have not been this ill since they watched the movie Aquaman. Chris?
And by the way, I was saying that Lindsey Graham's a pussy.
I got it. And also, be prepared for Aquaman jokes. I hated that goddamn movie.
It was really bad.
Oh, man.
I wanted to like it.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the important news. President Trump will attend the anti-abortion March for Life in Washington, D.C., becoming the first sitting U.S. president to do so. Trump is set to deliver an address to the demonstrators who gather each year and call for Roe v. Wade to be overturned. Counter-protesters plan to present a rebuttal at the event by flying the Baby Trump balloon with a sign around the neck that reads, "See what no abortion gets you?" Paul?
Oh, I like that one. I like that
Again,
one too much.
so stupid.
Senator Kamala Harris is seriously contemplating endorsing former Vice President Joe Biden. Several Democratic officials with knowledge of the matter have said. Harris dropped out of the 2020 Democrat presidential race in December. She likely won't announce an endorsement until after President Trump's Senate impeachment trial is over. Insiders say they may be an attempt to become Biden's running mate. Part of Harris's calculation is that Biden does very good with a black running mate and happens to be very, very elderly. Chris?
God. Thanks, Paul. Greeting card and paper goods company Papyrus will close all 254.
I forget. Let's just go to Target.
Papyrus will close all 254 of its U.S. and Canada stores.
Sorry.
The store's parent company has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and will lay off 1,000 employees, each of whom will be notified via a shoebox greeting card featuring the lovable curmudgeon Maxine, delivering the bad news in the gruff but fun way only she can. Paul?
Thanks, Chris.
Is that the longest punchline in the world?
I love it.
So
I love it.
Stupid.
The explosive conclusion by United Nations officials that the richest man in the world, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, was hacked has raised questions about the security of the ordinary apps. Bezos was hacked in May 2018 after receiving a WhatsApp message from the Saudi crown prince. The message simply said, "Hey, bae, you up?" Chris?
And folks, that does it for this week's headlines and predictions. Although we never really predict anything, do we?
Well, we kind of predict that's the news.
Yeah. Hey, good job. You know what? Here's what I have to say about that. Jost and Che better watch out.
No doubt.
With our insight and amazing writing of these jokes, stuff's about to change on SNL.
Yeah. I mean, they've been doing it for years and doing it funny. We can do it a little bit different.
And now we're doing it. You really like the Maxine joke?
I did. God. All right, we're going to take just another short break. We'll be back with more Past Week and Next Week with Chris and Paul.
I'm Casey Affleck for PETA. When people ask me why I don't eat meat or any other animal products, I say because they're unhealthy and they're the product of a violent and inhumane industry. Chickens, cows, and pigs in factory farms spend their whole lives in filthy, cramped conditions, only to die a prolonged and painful death. Their bodies are then turned into food products proven to contribute to heart disease and cancer. To eat that is to eat poison. Please don't contribute to an industry that makes unhealthy products by torturing animals. I'm Casey Affleck, and I'm a vegan.
It's the world's greatest superhero collection, featuring Batman and the other half of the dynamic duo, Robin. The Hulk, that green superhero, he's fully posable. Falcon, the winged black superhero. Shazam and Iron Man. The world's greatest superheroes collection. Each superhero action figure sold separately from Mego.
Welcome back to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. Your show where we tell you everything from the past week, but we get you prepared for the next week.
Yeah, it's really the only information program that you need. We're going to save you from all of your echo chamber apps and news sources, and we just do it all, and we do it fair, and I don't know what all.
We do it damn good.
Well, okay, we do it. We do it.
Yeah. Now, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like a little bit of problem here is that we like to do. We went through the news. We did
some pop culture.
Some pop culture stuff. It's stuff you're interested in, but we also like to lighten it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we definitely should. Why are we always so serious?
With our comedy of the week.
Oh, okay.
Typically, we tell you a funny joke.
Right.
But Paul doesn't have the piece of paper around anywhere, and that's funny. This is where, if you ever do a podcast, folks, it takes, I don't want to say it takes a lot of preparation, but it does take some preparation.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't feel like doing that, get yourself a guy who's always ready to talk. And now here's Chris with the comedy of the week.
So we got no jokes this week?
We got nothing. You got to, I'm pushing on you.
I don't know. Could we do an improv game here? Like, you're the improv guy. Shoot me something. What are you doing, Paul?
What?
I don't know. I'm not trained in improv like you are. But I know I'm supposed to say yes and...
Yeah, I'm pretty trained in it. Can you tell how good I am at
Hey,
it?
more so than me. So let's talk about... Well, we got comedy upcoming Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give people a little preview of what you're going to do?
Yeah. I don't. What do you think is the... Let's just talk a little bit about comedy. We could do that. What do you think when you see the open mic people?
Mm-hmm.
Because we haven't done it in a while.
Right.
What do you think is the major difference that you see from the last time you were doing comedy?
So one major difference, we had a meeting before we went up on stage. Years ago, decades ago, when you and I were doing this, the meetings were involved, and they would include lessons on how to deliver comedy and how to structure jokes. There was none of that this time around. So that's one major difference.
Well, I mean, just from the performers, what you see them talking about. What do you... Now, you got your standard masturbation drug jokes.
Yeah. A lot of those.
That seems to be happening. There's a lot more, to me, conversational than just jokes.
Yeah.
Less Jerry Seinfeld jokes, more, this is what crazy thing that happened to me the other day type stuff. Hey, do you think that's true?
Yeah, I guess I need to pay attention and see how comedy has changed. I don't know. Are people are they more jokey now?
No, I think they're less jokey is my point.
More storytelling?
Yeah. Like I'm so crazy I did this at one time.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm trying to think. I mean, full disclosure, we walked out early last time.
Yeah.
So you and I went... The Greg Allman dude went up before us.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what he talked about. God love him. Bless his heart.
His dad found wolves.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
And then the fat guy came up after us.
Yeah.
That did his fat jokes.
I call him the skinny guy.
Okay. And I don't think I asked you about this guy, but you used to lament that you could do fat guy jokes, but you weren't really so fat that it would work for you. And I would say that he was in that same category.
I agree.
He wasn't gross fat.
Right.
That's not even nice, gross fat. Sorry. He wasn't morbidly obese. He didn't look like... I didn't look at the guy and go, oh boy, he's got to change his lifestyle or things are going to be bad for him. He's just like a normal dad bod guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. But I think he needs another shtick, not the fat guy stuff.
I think the other thing that I really noticed is that they're all wearing hats, wool hats.
I didn't pay attention to that either. Wow. Everybody's got a beanie.
Everybody's got a hat or some type of trucker cap.
Yeah.
What's with that?
I will say 2001, when I was doing comedy before, I went and did a show at Stanford's, and I must have been featuring because they had this old guy that was emceeing, and he's giving me tips in between.
Okay.
But he wore a suit, and he's like, "You need to wear a suit, man. People need to see you dressed up like you care to be here." That was old advice back then.
Yeah.
Now, even more so. I mean, nobody
wears a suit to funerals.
No.
I went to a funeral, unfortunately, a few months ago. I was wearing a suit, but I didn't have a tie on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very Eric Greitens of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
No, go ahead, Jim
That's
Jordan.
terrible. No, Jim Jordan just doesn't have a coat. I was the most dressed up person there.
Sure.
At a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
It just, we've lost any type of dressing up at all. And I don't like it, but I'm an old man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I say I don't like it, I'm not complaining that I get to wear dress down for work. I'm complaining that other people aren't dressed up.
Well, when you first started working at Sprint, you worked in a call center where
Yes.
you never saw customers, and you had to wear a
Coat
suit,
and tie, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I work in a call center now.
Yeah.
That's how far my professional life has progressed.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's wearing a suit.
What do they wear to work?
Shorts, T-shirts.
Shorts, even.
Some, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Now, management dresses up a little bit more than
Yeah.
folks that are on the
I noticed
phones,
that,
but you know, it's just not the way it used to be. We talked last week about the normalizing of the F word, and we've really normalized casual clothing now for just about anything.
And part of my comedy routine is supposed to be a character who is struggling with dealing with the changes that are happening in the world.
It's quite a stretch for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's an exaggerated thing that I think about. Okay. What the difference is that this character thinks everything in the past was good.
Right.
Where I know everything was shit. But
make comedy great again, Paul.
Yeah. But like the MC says, "Oh, great TED Talk." And I'm like, he was like trying to make fun of me.
Yes.
And I'm
Right.
like, that's awesome. That's what this is. Some old guy trying to give you a TED Talk.
Yeah.
To tell you what life is like.
Right.
That's the point.
Well,
So I
kids
don't know.
these days.
I got a feeling I'm gonna fail miserably, but I'm gonna keep trying, folks.
Well, I've got to figure out what I'm going to talk about because last time I just went to some of my old tried and true. I don't know. Am I going to write 5 new minutes this time? Am I going to? Maybe I'll clean up some of the ideas I've written down years past. But long story short, point being, if you want some hilarious comedy, lots of good specials on Netflix. If you want to see us do comedy,
Right.
come out.
Get out of your house.
And come.
Go and spend money.
Go to 103rd State Line, Kansas City Comedy Club, and you'll see what's called comedy or billed as.
And get yourself something to eat there. They have food.
Is this the old radio fun time?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. No good?
No, I love that song. Wow. That was great. Okay. We had to improv, you know.
Yeah.
It worked fine.
We'll work with that. We'll do that better next time. So next week, let's look forward to next week. What do you got coming up?
Well, certainly not as big of a week as last week. I don't have a lot of appointments, but one big one I do. Wednesday, I'm taking my youngest daughter to Columbia, Missouri for an official visit to Mizzou.
M-I-Z.
Z-O-U.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens. What's going to be interesting. My oldest daughter's in the honors college down there. And 2 years ago when she went to school, they had very strict requirements. You got to score X on your ACT. You got to have, X GPA. Now they say they've changed it, and we take a holistic view at the type of person you are, about what you've been involved in high school.
For the honors or for just admission?
For the honors college. So, all that to say, it's going to be interesting. She's got an interview with the honors college. I'm going to be curious how this holistic approach compares to the, very strict guidelines
Interesting.
approach. Yeah. So, and then, of course, it's Super Bowl week. So,
Yeah.
I think everything's going to revolve around anticipation of that game, baby.
Will you be going to the Super Bowl parade if they win?
Probably not.
Yeah, I won't either.
The Royals winning the World Series, that parade was
Did you go
too
to it?
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, walked down to Union Station, and there were just too many people. I was afraid my kids were going to get trampled, so we walked right back up to the River Market and ate a pizza at Minsky's and watched it on TV.
Yay.
Yeah, yay! So that's my week. What about you, Big Cat? Come on.
It's pretty exciting. We mentioned Wednesday. Yeah. No, my youngest daughter is moving to an apartment.
That's
She's
exciting.
Graduated from Missouri.
Yeah. M-I-Z?
Z-O-U.
All right.
And now she's moving. She works and she's moving to her own apartment. And what's frustrating about this is she could save money if she stayed here a while.
Mm-hmm.
Or at her home or with her parents. But she wants to live on her own and be independent.
That's fantastic.
And I'm like, what? Who ever told you? I told her growing up, do what you want to do, go for your dreams, and be independent. That's what life's about. But I didn't mean her to be independent when I told her not to be independent. I want her to be independent when I tell her to be independent.
Absolutely.
Does she not understand that?
Yeah, she doesn't get it.
Right.
She is supposed to have her own thoughts, do her own thing, march to the beat of her own drummer, and live out the dreams in her life that you have for her.
Exactly.
Yes.
And do what she wants to do as long as it's okay with me.
As long as it falls in line.
What's wrong with that?
Are you sad about this move?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
I'm happy for her. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be exciting, and there's such a learning lesson when you get to live by yourself.
And where's her apartment?
It's in Briar Cliff. Ooh la la.
North of the river?
Yes.
Oh, okay. She'll be up there by Piropos.
She sure will.
Oh, that's delicious.
She'll probably go in there and see our good friend, Greg Caswell.
Yeah, I bet she will.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot Greg works there.
Yeah.
Well, that's an exciting week. You going to help her move?
Yes.
Don't you feel like you're in your 50s now? Like, you don't have to help people move anymore, but you still have to.
Well, and then a few weeks ago, my oldest daughter is 25, lives in Kansas City. She was going to Chicago and needed a ride to the train station.
Yeah.
I volunteered to go get her early in the morning and then pick her up when she got back over the weekend.
Aw, what a nice dad.
Well, when you're in the situation as me, what do you do as a dad? You're not giving them any more money, thank goodness.
Oh, lucky.
And they're not taking your advice. They don't live with you.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is take them someplace.
Drop
it off.
Yeah, that's a good dad thing to do. You're
Yes.
still a good dad.
Well, I don't know if I ever was.
Yeah,
I don't
you
trust anyone who walks around and talks about how good of a dad they are.
You're a
You know
good
what I mean?
dad. I'm not saying you're a great dad. You're a good dad.
I appreciate that, and it's nothing I've ever really cared about proclaiming to the world that I'm a good dad.
No. But I'll proclaim it for you.
Because I'm not the judge of it, and neither are you, quite frankly.
Well, I am judging it.
So that is Past Week, Next Week.
Hey, thanks for listening to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul. Since you loved this program, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite podcast distributor. We'd love to hear from you, so contact us at 913-735-0060 or email us at pastweeknextweek@gmail.com and join the Past Week Next Week Facebook page. On behalf of Paul, I'm Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris, I'm Paul saying get ready for the next week. Here is The Breakfast Club, Right on Track. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Great song.
Every
been a KCTK production, produced by Paul Lavoda. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctk.radio12345.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you. KCTK weather.
And here's the latest weather report. Sunny, chance of showers.
KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio. Personality-driven radio.